this is accomplished by pulling down on the front part of the
Hello and welcome to Dayton Air Show First Look. We're excited to share with you some exciting news about the 50th anniversary of the Dayton Air Show. Joining us in the studio today is Katie Mitchell. She's the Air Show Administrator. Thanks for joining us today, Katie.
Thank you, Ken.
And talk to us about what does the Air Show Administrator do? I mean, other than everything.
It's like party planning for about 85,000 people a day. That's coming in that Saturday and Sunday.
So a small party.
Just a small party.
85,000 of your friends.
Exactly, my close friends. So what we do, I do everything from all the exhibitors. I have contact with every exhibitor, with all of our static displays that are coming in, making sure that they have their hotel rooms, their cars, where they're parked, to talking with all the performers. I'm the Blues liaison. And they have 85 people coming in, so I make sure that they're all taken care of with food, cars, hotels. So just, on the ground running, talking with sponsors. And so it's just all the small things in the background. I'm the only full-time employee, but I do have a crew of people that help that make it successful.
It is. It's a huge party. It's a huge party.
It's a huge party.
It's a huge undertaking.
Yes, it is.
So how do you keep all of that straight? I mean, you have some great partners, obviously.
Yes. So I have a great team that helps with all different aspects, whether it's the exhibits, the statics, the performers, and we all just kind of come together. And they are part-time, so we meet here and there. I've got a few interns that I have. They're all the ones that make it successful.
So this year, obviously, it's the 50th anniversary. How's it going? I mean, we're more than 100 days out, but it's still going.
Yes, we're about 6 months out. So the planning is going great. Last year we had an amazing show, so this year it's going to be hard to top, but I think we're there. So we have definitely some great acts coming, some great statics, and we couldn't be any more excited.
So we talked about, you mentioned the Blue Angels, and of course there are headliners this year. I saw like a week or so ago that we had some visitors in town from the Blue Angels.
Yeah,
what was that all about?
That was awesome. Last Tuesday we had number 7, Buddy, and number 8, Air Bud, come in to the Dayton Air Show. And when they come in, they survey the area. And then we got to there were some interviews. They go and they take a look at their hotels. They look at the recreational area that they're going to be using. And then we get some one-on-one time with them to see what they expect. Because they do bring in a group about 85 Marines and Navy. And so we have to host them to make sure that we have their hotels, their cars. There's a lot that goes into planning with the U.S. Navy Blue Angels.
So I saw as part of that visit that you had a large meeting, so you had a lot of people involved, the airport, the police department, law enforcement. That's all going on behind the scenes in the show.
So all of that goes, so security is a big one, making sure that the airport can still run while we have all these performers. They have police escorts. We have hotels that we have to work with. We have rental cars. They have 40, 50 rental cars that they rent. So we just need to make sure that when they arrive, that we have everything in place for them.
So there's a huge undertaking just before the show even gets started.
Yes, and just with them. So that's one performer that we have to do all of this for, and then we have the other performers that we're also taking care of. So we are so excited to have them, and they were great to work with. So it's good to get to see them first, and then I still will work with them for the next 6 months until they come.
Getting everything ready.
Everything
that's so
ready.
Exciting. So let's talk about some of the acts that are coming. Can you kind of give us a sneak peek of what we're going to see maybe on the military side?
Yeah, so we just got confirmation that we're going to, we have the U.S. Navy Blue Angels.
Of course, yes.
Our headliner. And then we just got confirmation 2 weeks ago that we're going to have the F-16 Fighting Falcon. Last time they were here was in 2022. The C-17 East Coast demo team. They were here last year and loved our show, so they want to come back. Then we'll have the Golden Knights again, and we're so excited to have the Golden Knights.
That's so exciting, and of course, all the static aircraft that are on.
All the static aircraft, yes.
So it's a full day looking at all those aircraft.
Yes.
So we talked about the military, but and you mentioned the Golden Knights, and I heard that they've designated the Dayton Air Show, the 50th anniversary show, as a staple show. What does that mean? And they have a new show?
Yeah, so the Golden Knights, we are considered one of their staple air shows with the amount of attendance that we bring to the air show, the way that we host the air show, and the recruiters that we have. So the U.S. Army is very big on recruiters. We have a nice setup for them, so they get to be able to recruit for the U.S. Army. And they do have a new show coming out, and so that is so excited. But it was awesome to hear that we are a staple for them. So they are a great to work with.
So there's a lot more to it. It's the demo in the show, but there's also the displays on this.
The displays and the recruiting, and that's what they're really big on. And we definitely help them with that and give them a large footprint for them to be able to recruit, and that's what they are very concerned about.
Awesome. There's so much to do at the show, not just the show in the air, but the show on the ground too.
Yes, so we have a lot on the ground. So you definitely want to come out early, come to see everything on the ground, because the Golden Knights will be at their booth. They have a area for the U.S. Army, and the Golden Knights will be there, so you can talk to them one-on-one, which is great.
That's amazing. Now, it's so exciting, but now let's talk about some of the civilian acts, because we've got some exciting stuff on that side of the show too.
Yeah, so we have Tora Tora will be here, and they were here in 2022. They are a crowd favorite. We also have, it was Titan's Aeroshell. It used to be Aeroshell Aerobatics. Right. Now it's Titan's Aerobatics. They were here in 2021. We have Rob Holland, and he hasn't been here until since 2017.
Okay.
So that we are so excited to have him back. We'll have the Right Bee Flyer, a staple that everybody loves, and you can only see here at the Dayton Air Show. And then we have the P-51 Mustang coming that R.T. Dixon flies. And then our new one that has never been here before, Greg Kuntz. Funny story about him, he actually approached us. He wants to come to Dayton and fly in the Dayton show because, again, we are a staple. And he wants to be here for that 50th anniversary. So we're excited to have Greg Kuntz here.
I've heard many performers talk about, you've made it in the air show industry when you get to do the Dayton show.
That is what they say. So it's neat to hear that and have them come to us because they want to perform here at the Dayton Air Show.
That's amazing. Let's talk about Tora Tora Tora. And something that I learned about Tora 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 was the movie Tora Tora Tora. The planes that we're going to see at the Dayton Air Show are actually the props that were used in filming that movie, and they're still flying, and the demo, the pyrotechnics.
Pyro, yes. Everybody loves the pyro. So that is one thing with Tora Tora Tora. It is a crowd favorite, and they have that pyro. They have the bombing, the wall of fire. So it's an amazing show.
And there's not a bad seat
Not
in
a
the
bad
house.
seat.
The Titan aerobatic team, as you mentioned, used to be, we've known them as Aeroshell.
Yes.
They have a new name, but they're still flying those AT-6 Texans, right?
Yes, and 2024 will be their 40th year flying for air shows. So
Wow.
I didn't realize how long that they've been around, which is great, and we're excited to have them. And again, they're another crowd favorite. So to have Tora Tora with the Titan Aeroshell will be
All in addition to the military.
All in addition to the military. So
That's crazy. And Rob Holland, I learned, I read some stuff that his plane is all carbon fiber.
Yes.
A light plane that can do some incredible stuff.
The amazing things that he does in the air. Saw him at one or two air shows last year, and so we have to have him this year. What he does in the air, unthinkable. So
you just don't think a plane should be able to do that.
And it shouldn't, but he does it. So
he's great. Now, Greg Kuntz, that is a new name to us, and flies low, and it's a slower show. So the Blue Angels are higher, more energy, and Greg flies a lower show, more the crowd's going to see.
Crowd, and he does a ribbon cutting. So I don't think we've seen that in a while. So that will be really neat to see here at the show. And it'll be awesome to have Greg Kuntz here for his first time at our 50th show.
Not just a ribbon cut, an inverted
ribbon cut. Yeah. So
it's because I was inverted, right?
There you go.
In November, I know that we shared some information on tickets. And that you have some ticket specials going on. Are those still available? Tickets still available?
Yes, so we have great tickets sale going on right now. So just go to DaytonAirShow.com and you can buy your tickets there. But we have $25 Saturday tickets. We still have some $20 Sunday tickets, but our family 4-pack. We have the family 4-pack. That gets you 4 admission. Parking is included with all tickets this year. That is something that we have included. And then you also get a souvenir with that family 4-pack.
So that family 4-pack is a great deal in
itself. Yes, for a great day, a full day of
plenty of time. So I know that there are some premium. I was looking on the website and I see the premium seating areas. Talk to us what each of those areas, what is a difference between a chalet and a pavilion and those things?
Yes, our premium seating is one thing that Dayton is known for is the premium seating, and those sell out pretty quick. However, we still have seats available for all of our areas. We have the pavilion, which you're right on the flight line. There's a table of 6 with an umbrella. That's a great show. You're right there, right front and center. We have the flight line, which was really popular last year, so we opened those up to the public. You are right behind the announcer stand, so you see everything taking off. And that's also you have some shade there, you have a tent, some chairs. And then we have the P51 Club, which is new. That's on the corner of the flight line. Again, you have your own restroom right there. There's unlimited beverages, non-alcoholic. And then you've got your table, your chairs, tents. And then the one that sells the most is our Blue Sky, which is the premium seating. You get your lunch, you get unlimited beverages, you have an air-conditioned tent inside if you need to cool off. You've got your own private bathrooms, again, and then you're outside and you have a table with umbrella and chairs. So we have a lot to offer for everybody in all different price ranges.
And as we've said, there's really not a bad seat.
Not a bad seat at all.
Doesn't matter if you're general admission or if you need those other creature comforts, a kind of an upgrade, as you will.
Yes, and it's for everybody. You know, we have as low as $20 on up. So we've really tried to make it this year for the 50th. Everybody can come and enjoy this show.
It is a Dayton staple. It's something that we look forward to every summer. And you've talked about all of the folks that you work with to pull off this show. There must be a lot of help.
Yes, we have over 2,000 volunteers. Definitely we could not do it without our volunteers. From our media volunteers to our front gate, our parking. Most anybody that you are going to interact with most likely is a volunteer who has come out and put in their own time to help this show.
Let's change gears and talk about some of the other events that surround the air show, because the show takes place on Saturday and Sunday, but obviously you're setting up all week long. But talk to us about you're in the planning stages for a STEM program. What's the STEM program about?
So yes, last year, after visiting a few different air shows, STEM program is a big part of why we get these performers. They want kids to come into the aviation world. So last year we started a STEM program. It was a small STEM program. We've got some kids from Northmont City Schools and CTC, about 75 kids. It was hosted by Dayton Freight. And we brought these kids in and they got to go to the U.S. Air Force National Asset, which is Born to Fly. They put on Oculuses and it was kind of like they were in a simulator,
Very cool.
like they were flying.
Yeah.
And then they got to walk through the C-17. They got, it's AIAA Aerospace did an exhibit with them where they built rocket ships. And then they got to watch the Thunderbirds up close and personal and had some lunch and water. So it was a great thing for the Dayton Air Show, great thing for the kids. And so this year, we've decided to make it bigger and better.
That's awesome.
So we have I've got somebody who is going to help me plan this to make it better, bring in a lot more kids from the outside in. I've got a lot of exhibitors who want to put on informational activities for these kids, and a lot of simulators that are coming as static displays who will be open on Friday for these kids to experience flying and aviation.
That's amazing. And so we're kind of sparking the next generation.
Yes, and that is what these performers are looking for. We're working for the next generation. And so it's been great with all of our exhibitors wanting to help us.
So how can our viewers get more information about it?
So our viewers can also go to info@Dayton Air Show. Those emails come directly to me. And if you're wanting to help or you're wanting to join our STEM program, just email info@Dayton Air Show.
That's awesome. Now, at the Friday I know the performers rehearse on Friday. And I understand you have some very special guests that get an opportunity to attend that. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so one thing that's amazing about Friday is we have this special wish kids come out. There's about 300 of them. We provide lunch for them, and they get to go right up front. So this year, the U.S. Navy Blue Angels will meet with them one-on-one. They sign their autographs, and so they get to the right up front. So that is something that they look forward to year after year.
I bet.
It's something that the performers love to do, and something that means a lot to them. We also do SOAR program on Friday. It's about 500 underprivileged children get to come out and experience the aviation world. We have the Dayton Airport Fire Department comes out, hoses them down. Last year, poor parents got the kids back and they were soaking wet, but they got to do that. They go through the C-17. They also get a front row seat into watching the performers.
All on Friday, and it's all before the gates open for the general public.
All before it opens, all for free. Something that we're just trying to instill this aviation background into these kids who may have never be able to experience it.
That's amazing. Now, it's certainly shaping up to be quite a show. Let's talk about the details of the show specifically.
Yes, so the show is June 22nd and 23rd. The gates open up at 9 a.m. We recommend come early. There's so much to see. So all the static displays are open and ready at 9 a.m. So we have exhibitors who will do some activities. We have planes that you can go through, and we will have a few simulators. We've got a few other things that we're working on that have never been to the airport for our static displays too. So come at 9 a.m. and come in, look at all of the static displays. We have our concessionaires, we've got planes and things, selling different merchandise, and then gates close at 6.
So you can plan to spend the full day there, really.
Plan to spend the full day.
Yeah.
Make sure you drink your water, bring your sunscreen, wear a hat, have your umbrella, and spend the whole day with us.
That's amazing. And we do want everyone to plan to arrive early.
Arrive early. Yes.
Arrive early, beat the traffic, and get it. Parking's included in your ticket price this year?
Correct. Parking is included in our ticket price this year. So we're trying to make a bunch of upgrades and make it easier for our customers.
That's great. Now, there's a huge partnership, obviously, with this show. You have the airport, the law enforcement, the military.
Yes. We could not do the show without our sponsors and without our partnerships. If it wasn't for the Dayton Airport, we have to have their backing, and they work with us and supply us with a lot of needs that we have to do to have this show. Centerpoint Energy, definitely could not do that without them. Kroger is another main sponsor. Our law enforcement, we have an amazing law enforcement that helps us out, no questions asked. You know, the city of Vandalia, and we could go on and on. But our sponsorships definitely could not do without them or our volunteers.
Could be some more announcements coming, right?
There could be more announcements coming.
So stay tuned right here. Of course, First Look, we'll be back next month to give you another look behind the scenes of the Dayton Air Show.